All right, everybody worldwide, you're now tuned into Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And I'm your host, Tom Danger. Back this week with a new episode. And this week we're gonna talk about, if I can enunciate and not mumble over my words, distractions. Stop fronting on yourself. You always start out with a goal in mind. You want to achieve your ultimate greatness. You create your wish list. You put it all up throughout your house and your office and your phone where you can see it. We all start out during the new year. So right now is a pulse check, right? April. The weather's kind of wacky. We don't know what season is what. It's supposed to be spring. It feels like winter. And we still have those goals that we wrote out in the beginning of the year. And we have to ask ourselves, what steps are we taking on a daily basis to make sure that we achieve those goals? And sometimes looking at those goals is sort of like a bad habit, right? Or, I don't even say a bad habit, but sort of like getting on a diet. A lot of people say, yeah, I'm a diet at the beginning of the year. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And you start out, first week, you into it. Get that gym membership. You go one time, feeling good. Yeah. 2-3 times good. Yeah. 30th day. Nah. Gym's not for me. I'm right back to the same old habits. But what's really distracting you from staying on your game? It's being comfortable. You don't want to be comfortable. Because when you're comfortable, you can't function in your highest elevation. You got to be uncomfortable. We talked in previous episodes about embracing the pain and use pain for motivation and use pain to drive you. Because that pain makes you uncomfortable, therefore it's going to push you forward. So in a check-in, when we talk about stop fronting on yourself, do you really realize what your distractions are? Do you think social media is one of your distractions? We talk about draining relationships, but what about the people who just take from you and don't give anything? You don't think that's a distraction? You don't think in your own mind that you're a distraction when you know you have the decision to really push forward and achieve something, but instead you choose to be comfortable? You're your own worst enemy. Biggest distraction is yourself. You, the person you looking at in the mirror. The person that has their headphones in right now. Or listening to this through the speakers at work or at home. You are your own distraction. So what are you going to do to get focused? It's April. We have 8 months left. How are we going to achieve the goals that we set out to do in the beginning of the year? What are we going to do? We got to realize that we're messing up and we're not committing. That's the first thing. We got to admit to our faults. And once we admit to our faults, we can become true to ourselves. And once we're true to ourselves, there's no need to lie. So if you are not embracing those distractions and realizing what they are, you're not being true to yourself. And I'm curious to hear from other people, like, what are some of your distractions? Like, what distracts you? Because we're not really talking about bad habits. It could be a bad habit, but what simple things distract you and sort of throw you off your game to where you're fronting on yourself when you shouldn't be fronting on yourself? Right? So I want to hear about some of the things that distract you and what we could do to help you move forward. A simple thing is meditating, right? We spoke about meditating before, and I've been around people where they say, man, I can't meditate. Just be still, right? That's the first step. Be still. Be still. And check yourself on a daily basis. Every night before you go to sleep, look at your list and say, have I done one thing toward achieving these goals? And if not, do something in that very moment to move towards your goals. And as always, we thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share. You've been listening to Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best.